Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video here, another road to #1 video. We're starting today at 1968, which is going to put us 57th in the world and 5th in the United States. Still 4 people above us here, but we're going to try our best to get to 2K today at least. We were on the brink in the last episode, spoilers, but, you know, we unfortunately hit an immovable object, and we got quite unlucky. All right, well, let's queue up for... Oh, I am in the unfortunate not right queue here. Let's do the slash matchmaking thing, and we'll queue up actually again, and I will see you guys when we find an opponent here. All right, we ended off last episode with a deme. We get a deme once again, 2189, no move, comp world. Let's try our best. Low key a map of blur here. Yeah, we're sending that. Was a bit more up the road, but doesn't really matter. We are slightly closer. We pick up 33 points of damage, and we will hop into round 2 against a deme. South Africa here. I do love me region guessing South Africa. It is quite fun. That being said, don't know where this one is. Would probably just click Newcastle, to be honest. Oh, it's this ridge here. Pretty distinct road, actually. So good to know for next time. Didn't really get that vibe, but it certainly makes sense as we hop in around 3. In Indo. My beloved. Luckily, I mean, I guess it is quite lucky that it's not on Maltese. Alright, we have... I don't know what to make of this, really. I don't know what this is. That's an interesting glitch. It's like Kalimantan to me, but could be trolling. It's Well, we both go for the same guess. I don't know why I didn't think of Thailand there, but I guess my brain with black car, yellow centerline just automatically goes to Indo. Okay, well, we move into this round in Peru. And I don't know, it just looks like one of these down here. We do have a river, so I'm quite briefly scanning for it. I don't know exactly where you would get one. All the way up there. And the river's not mapped, so... Okay, tough, round 5. Nice region guess. And we move in around 5 in Russia. Ooh, we are not getting good countries for me today, which is quite tough. Yeah, you probably just end up going somewhere here, though. Yeah, it was just Tula there. We will take the points. And yeah, we're pretty much pulled even. Round 6. Double damage. In Australia, first that was Queensland here. We have short reflectors, I think. Yeah, like half reflector there. There's a railroad. Is that some sugarcane there? Interesting. So my first thought would be to look near cairns, but I'm a bit scared that we might be going a bit too far up. I think I'm going to do it anyway because of the sugarcane. And no, it was just south here near Brisbane. Never would have expected... Yeah, I mean, you can't really see the hills here, can you? All right, well, luckily we both go north there, so we don't lose a big chunk as we hop in around 7. In a very interesting looking Mexico with this car. Yeah, you probably just click somewhere around high altitude Mexico City stuff, right? Yeah, it was just San Luis Potosi there. Makes sense. We did have one prickly pear that I spotted. But yeah, 262 points as we move in around 8 triple damage. In France, it looks... No, it's the UK, because we're driving left. What's the region guess here? Like, I kind of want to go Scotland, but... Bro, that might be the most troll guess of all time. So I think we're just going to leave it here, because I feel like he probably clicked here. Yeah, okay. Was the most troll guess of all time to go Scotland, north of Peterborough there. We do pick up 465 points for it, though. So I'll take it, and we're moving around 9, 3.5. In Baja, I would assume. We have a interesting resort town there. Hmm. Interesting. I have no idea what that is. He sent, which is quite... Oh, I got a guess. Bro, I had to get a guess down. It was Puerto Escondido. And it's here. Yeah, I think I looked at that initially. Then I just ruled it out and thought it wasn't right. All right, whatever. Round 10. In Russia here. Looks southern, allegedly. Wish we would have a mountain somewhere, but I guess we don't. I mean, it's quite flat, though. So I think I would be quite silly to not go southern here. It's quite sandy as well. Was a bit more east there. Do we lose? Yeah, we do. No, we don't. Almost. Almost. Up and around 11, 4.5. Still winnable. We're going to need a big string of good guesses. So we hop into a Nigeria here. Pretty green mountains. Yeah, I'm not the best in Nigeria. But I guess with the palms, you can make the argument to go somewhere out here. So I'm going to try it. Was a bit more north there. In Lafayette, that's going to be game. 630 points. Yeah. I mean, we lost most of it here. I think I scanned this initially, and then I just, like, kind of disregarded it, because I thought I don't know. I guess I should have assumed that the coast was to the east, though. I mean, which is where it kind of sent, but... Yeah. When he quick sends like that, and I can't scan, it makes it a little bit harder, I think. So I'm going to have to adapt to the way Ademe plays if I do get to play Ademe again. But we're queuing up, and I will see you guys when I find an opponent here. All right, another game against Ademe here. Had to wait a little bit because the ELA discrepancy was quite high, but we have it around 1. In the United States of America, it looks like. We can see the front of the car here. It looks like Alabama, Mississippi, maybe, with the red soil. I think I'll just click Alabama. And yeah, it was Alabama, Mississippi border. We'll take the 373. We hop in around 2. I feel like Ademe doesn't really make big mistakes, so we kind of just have to out-region guess on everyone, and I feel like that's hard to consistently do. But yeah, looks like we have a Brazil here. I'm probably just going to click Pernam. Was Paraiba. Fair enough. We are slightly closer there as well, so we do pick up 367 points. So we take an early lead. But as you know, on no move, it doesn't really matter until multis, I feel like. Anything can really happen, unless you're at, like, the biggest disadvantage of all time. I was gonna look quite south with, like, this brick architecture. What's the car? Hard to say. Now, do you go Taz here? I thought Taz, but could just be Vic. I think I'm going Taz. Okay, that's 1,000, which is fine. Moving around 4. We didn't have olive-colored possum guards, but I don't know. The houses to me just look south. Middleburg 30. And Middleburg is where again? It's quite big here. Then you just line up the road, allegedly. We're on a curve. So one could say we're there. Seems good enough to me. We have a ridge there, actually. So one could say... I mean, we don't have a road. I guess that is a road. You count that as a road. Alright. Cool. We'll take the 5k. 34 points of damage. And we'll move it around 5, 1.5 now. Any points is good points, guys. as you know. All right, we got some gorse here, driving left as well. We can see the back of the car. Scotland or Wales? Scotland or Wales? I'm trying it. It was just Scotland there. Between Glasgow and Edinburgh. And that's a nice guess by Meer or Ademe. Okay. Maybe yeah, I trolled a little bit. Round 6, it's fine. We move into this round, which is quite cool. I guess it's Germany. 2023 with the German there. Can't read what that says, unfortunately. Architecture looks... Can't read that either. Like, probably just go somewhere in NRW or like this area. Yeah, it was even more west there in Eschweiler. Maybe it said that on a construction sign, but yeah, it definitely looked western with the architecture. But we hop in around 7. And we move into a Dagestan, I think. Like, it's Russia spring coverage, right? So, flatness. You could theoretically look for a railroad here, which I will do very briefly. I don't know where you get railroad. There's a railroad there. It's here. There's the railroad. All right. Oh, we pick up 168 points there. We up and around 8. Yeah, like I said, Ademe doesn't really make big mistakes. Wheaton and Benson. Wheaton. Idle Spurs in. Okay. Wheaton. I don't know the shield, which is quite unfortunate. We do have front plates, it looks like. Wheaton. I heard of Wheaton. I feel like I've heard like of a Benson, like Illinois. No, it's Benton. Dang, that's what I've heard of. Yeah, I mean, road's pretty red here, so I guess, without knowing that, I don't know. It's here. Where's Wheaton? Wheaton's there. Benson's there. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually. We do lose a big chunk of points there, which is quite unfortunate. All right. This is not playing into my strengths either. Is it Lith? What am I looking at? White car. I don't think it's Russia, right? I guess it could be Russia. I don't know. Why was my first thought Lith here? Is it just gonna end up being Russia? No, it is just Lith. Okay. Maybe he's hedging for Poland there? That's quite an interesting guess, because I feel like... I don't think that car exists in... Anyway. Moving to this. What is this? I guess you go Panama here? Allegedly? Huh. Okay. Okay, what's just near Panama City there? Short, we stay alive, 96 points of damage. We're into 4.5x damage now. Round 11. And let's see what we got. We've got a Nigeria here, which did not fare well for me on the last one. Yeah, I don't love this. Try Bauchi. Okay, we went the same road. Ends up being that road. Fair enough. We're alive. And we pick up 171 points of damage. As we happen around 12, 5x in Turkey. Could be okay. Could be okay. Interesting landscape. Looks like Batman or something. Like this area here. I'm like not confident at all. Yeah, it was Diyarbakir. I mean, we're in the right Beldiyesi or province or whatever. But moving around 13. Just chose the wrong side of Diyarbakir. And we get Indo, which is lovely, 2023. Surely he's just clicking Java here, right? Because that's what I'm clicking. Unfortunate East Java. Do we lose on that? We do. No, we don't. Okay, we're live at 73 HP. Round 14. 6x. In the US? Canada? Not sure which one. 2023. I think most US here. And I'm thinking quite far north. I'm thinking like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, probably would be my potential region guess. I think I'm going to try it. I think we might just lose here, though. But we could win. Okay, it was Maine. That's going to be game. Big win. GG's. Yeah, got the vibe. Pick up 25 rating for that. Kind of a crazy multi-merchant. Well, I mean, it was pretty even throughout the entire game, I would say. But yeah, finding this, like, I guess this is a multi-merchant from here because he's up 3k, but happens. We get lucky, and I'll take it. All you need to do is get lucky sometimes, guys. Minnesota makes a lot of sense. I guess the hill makes a lot of sense for being near like big lakes and stuff and on the border. Wheaton and Benson. I guess front plates, we do have double signpost as well, which is like more of a northern thing. Like, I feel like you get it in Minnesota a lot, especially. So yeah, probably should have went for that, but kind of got too fixated on the red road, and maybe I just thought it was a bit more south. All right, well, we'll do the matchmaking trick here. We'll queue up again for no move and NMPZ, and we will see you guys when I find an opponent here. All right, we get a game here against Humpty Grid, which I believe is Riley Rhino. So good luck to them. I think they peaked 2k, so they are a very solid player. We do have some pretty epic looking mountains here. Cool location. I mean, you would have to go north here with these mountains, I'd say, in Norway. Now finding this is potentially, quite possibly, very likely a different story, especially for me. So do I just go for a Tromso hedge and hope we're closer? That could always be a play. That could always be a play. Could also just go here, I guess. Was a bit more northwest here on this island, but we do pick up some points. 368, which I will take, and we're moving around 2. In Guatemala. Looks like we're quite high up here, so I will just be clicking Quetzaltenango. And it was a bit more west, but yeah, we are slightly closer. We'll take some points. Little 57 piece. We'll move into round 3. In no front, Canada blur. So yeah, you would have to assume that we are in Canada. Interesting water tower there. There's a Walmart there. Can't read what that says. Unfortunate. I mean, this is a fairly sizable city. If we have a Walmart. I don't know what plate this is, though. What plate is that? I have no idea. Alright, interesting angle as well. We can scan some grids. Obviously that grid's not going to work. Vermilion. No. Probably just drop it down somewhere. No. Maybe I should be looking in Sask and not Alberta. I think I'm going to switch to Sask. Walmart there. Okay, we're gonna switch to Sask here, North Battleford. Walmart there. That's not gonna work though. And we have to be in a decently sized city for this one. So it's not gonna be here. Meadow Lake. Too gridded. Big R. Too small. Rosetown. No. I think I'm just gonna drop it here for now. I haven't gotten through all my scanning, which is quite tough. But I guess we're just gonna drop it in Saskatoon and hope for the best. Okay. You know what? I did see those boxes that you use outside of... Okay, anyway. A little bit of cope there, but it happens. Kind of a crazy one. But yeah, we have white car here. Should be this road somewhere, I would assume. And you search for the 5K, we have mountains there. I don't see the railroad, unfortunately, which is allegedly to our south. But one would reckon that we are probably somewhere here. So I'm going to try this. And that explains why we don't see a railroad, guys. All right. Some pretty comical guesses from me and Riley Rhino to start off, but we happened around 5. Hopefully we don't make any more decent blunders. Looks like a Florida plate there with the orange in the middle. Yeah, you probably just go Florida here. Looks like North Florida to me. I'm going to click Interlaken, which is an interesting name. Guess we are Interlaken, to be fair. Yeah, it was more west there, actually, in Niceville. But we do get the state. We do pick up some points. They go South Carolina, which I think is quite understandable. And we happen around 6 and double damage. Bank of Montreal, Huntsville, Eganville, Pembroke. It's PI, right? Why am I not seeing these places, though? Guess it's not PI? Okay, maybe it's not PEI. My bad. Huntsville, Egansville, Pembroke. Wait, is Pembroke? Why have I heard of Pembroke? Oh, this is a disaster for me. What? I probably should have read other things besides focusing on that. Bro, Pembroke is massive. Okay. You know what? Guys, I thought it was PEI initially, okay? Sometimes you just get stun locked, and then sometimes you think things that just don't make sense, and then we hop into 2021 here with mountains. So I guess you go Buryatia here. Yeah. Unless it's... Not yeah. Okay, it was more north. Oost. Barguzen there, but 8 points of damage. And we hopping around 8-3x now. Antenna here. Okay. Is it Baltic or is it Poland? That's the real question. My vibe was more Poland, but you know what? Maybe we go for a little Ademe hedge here on 3x damage. Yeah, why not? Like, we're hedging for both. I just want to make it clear to Riley Rhino that we're hedging for both. Okay, the hedge worked. Maybe I should have just committed Poland there, but like, we won't win, so it's fine. I'm glad that we hedged. He's probably thinking, oh, why have you gone there? And to that, I would say, it's an excellent question. And where is this? It's not this road, right? Considered this road. It's could just be this road though. I might be mocking it. It is this road. I've mocked it. All right, that's a lot of damage. All right, we are back to tied. I sent the Irkutsk road there. I don't think it would be that green. Maybe. Whatever. Sometimes you overthink things and then it happens and then you move into this weird Mexico round, I guess. Is it Mexico? Ooh. Not sure if it's Mexico or Colo. Probably going Mexico here, but not confident. It's Jalisco. Nice region guess by Riley there. This valley makes a lot of sense. That's going to be a game. Unfortunate there. 23 rating down the drain. We'll queue up for one more game to end it off. Yeah. I really don't think... Yeah, we kind of messed up the... We messed up the Russia. And then we obviously just didn't get a nice region guess down in Mexico there. So, a little tough, but yeah, we'll queue up for one more game here. And I will see you guys when I find an opponent. All right, we get AtomBoy here, 1831 on NMPZ. Up into 2022 coverage. I can't tell what flag that is. Probably a Sweden one. Look south. Going south. And we'll see where they go here. You know, that makes a lot of sense. I always get fooled by the deceptive flat north, but it makes a lot of sense. In fact, it would make too much sense. So we hop in around to, what in the heck is this? I think I'm going to lose. I don't even know what I'm looking at. 2014 copyright Gen 3. So it is an earlier covered country. I still don't know what I'm looking at, though. One would think Europe? Well, what in Europe really makes sense? Poland? Could see it. Could also just be US. I think I'm going Poland. It's US, it's US. It was Romania. Makes sense. All right, we only lose 73 points of damage there, which is fine. We up in around 3. Up in around 3. Winnable. In the United States, looks south to me. Quite flat as well. We're quite gridded. I think I'm going to try this valley. Or, like, not valley, but, like, this area near the Mississippi. Yeah, these one-story brick houses definitely fit a bit more for the south. I could see this being a lot of places in the south, but it is quite flat here, so we're going to try this area. It was Louisiana, okay. Makes sense, too. But yeah, we are slightly closer there, 343 points damage. We are in Louisiana, technically, so we do get the stage streak, but about as far away as you can be. We up and around 4 in Iceland, I would assume. Is it Iceland or Faroes? Might be Faroes, actually. Wait. Am I just gaslighting myself? Am I just gaslighting myself? My first thought was Iceland, so do I go with my first thought, or do I gaslight myself? I'm looking at Faroes real quick. We gotta take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Why is this 50-50 sometimes hard for me? I think it's Iceland. I'm sending it. Oh, now I'm really scared. Now I'm really scared that we've made a huge blunder here. but would be a Diano game without a blunder or two. Okay. Was Iceland. Thank goodness. And we go for the nonsensical region, I guess. But yeah, I wasn't really sure. Round 5. 1.5 in... First thought was Serbia here. Bottom coverage, I think, checks out. Crow also came to mind. I don't think it's Russia, right? I'm a bit concerned about Russia, actually. This poll is very weird. I'm a bit concerned about, like, Bryansk or Tula or something. Now, I think I like Russia a bit more. Yeah, trying this. Okay, it was just Tula. Probably should just be going Tula if I think it's Tula, but happens. 10-18. I'm glad that we made the switch. Round 6, double damage. I thought the poll was, I don't know, a bit off, but certainly makes sense as we move into Mongolia here. And we do have the railroad there, so I would assume we're probably on this road, even though we can't see the, can't see it. Here or something. I don't know. I feel like there's a million places that are going to line up. It could even be more south here. Well, let's just go choir. Okay, maybe I should have went a bit more north then. I guess we could see the railroad, so maybe we wouldn't be here. Like, the railroad's way too far away here, but it's fine. Moving around 7, 2.5. In Sarawak Pole. And going southwest. Pretty south-southwest. I'm just going to put it on the main road here. It was this road coming out of Indonesia. Fair enough. 240 points. We'll move into round 8 against AtomBoy. And we hop into a Germany here. We got some corn. One would think probably northern. These trees look a bit more northern as well. So I'm going to try something north of Hanover here. And it was all the way west near the Dutch border, but that's going to be 954 points of damage, so not too bad. We happen around 9, 3.5. In Ecuador, I would assume, looks like this area here, Porto Viejo or something like that. Double lane, so theoretically scannable. Looks like we're in a city here. It's double lane, like completely double lanes, huh? Yeah, I think we're just leaving it here. And we're not on the 5K, but we're one city off. We will take the win there against AtomBoy. GG's. 10 rating for that. What made that Ecuador? These round polls here. I guess we did have a ladder poll, and I guess you could mistake that for Brazil, to be fair. Makes a lot of sense. I would expect a lot of these signs to be black-backed. And like, it is dry Brazilian in a way, but like different kind of climate, I guess, from stuff that you would see in Bahia. So we'll take the win. We end off on a W at least. And where does that put us? It puts us 56 in the world still. We're still kind of hovering around that 1973 mark, and 5th in the US still. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, of course, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another GeoGuessr video. Peace.